In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons people are still choosing to move to Spokane, Washington. I get a lot of comments from people saying Spokane is terrible, or please stop moving to Spokane, or you want to leave to Spokane. But the numbers don't lie that people are still moving to our area and for valid reasons. And so we're going to dig into those today. It's actually really interesting to go and look at the Redfin migration data and see which cities are most commonly looking to move to Spokane. The top cities are Seattle, Washington, Los Angeles, Portland, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, Denver, New York, and then 2 cities in Washington, Walla Walla and Wenatchee, two smaller towns, I should really say. But those top 8, I literally have active clients that have reached out to me and are either under contract or currently searching from each of those cities that listed on Redfin's migration website. And I'm even working with a few people moving here from Texas. And so I just want to kind of bring up reasons why they've chosen to move here, what they're looking at compared to where they live, compared to what Spokane has to offer, and why I think Spokane is going to continue being a place that people continue to decide to call home. Whether or not you believe Spokane is the best city in America, it offers quite a bit for many types of people. And even though we might not be this crazy relocation hub like Orlando or Austin, Texas, we're always going to be a fit for somebody. I myself even moved away from Spokane after graduating high school because I was sick of it, and then found myself back here and actually falling back in love with the city and finding a deep roots in my community. And with my family being here, it made it a little bit easier, but I'm very excited that we get to call this place home. And so if we haven't met yet, I'm Haydn Halsted, a local realtor here in Spokane, Washington, and I help people buy, sell, and invest real estate just like you, moving to the Spokane area. And if you are looking to move to the area, drop a comment down below. I'd love to know where you're watching from, what areas are you looking to move from, and I'd love to know the reason for your move. Is it a job thing? Is it a family thing? Just leave me a comment down below. I definitely will read and respond to as many as I can. I really love getting that first comment from somebody or that first message, whether they call, text, email me, and let me know their situation. I hear from people that are 3 years out from moving to Spokane. They know they're going to move here in retirement or some job opportunity is coming up. But then I also get the calls from people that are all packed up, they have their stuff in storage, and they have to find a house in the next couple of weeks. Or there are those people that have been watching my videos for a long time, have just been kind of sitting on the sidelines, have found the perfect house, and call me up and just say, hey, Haydn, will you go look at this and let's write an offer on it? I've had all of those conversations here within the last couple of weeks. And so if that sounds like you, hey, don't hesitate to reach out at any given time. You can call, text, email me at any moment, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about your move to the Spokane area. And so let's get into the meat of this video. If you're watching this maybe as a Spokane local and you're wondering why are people still moving here, or why would they choose to live here, or if you're somebody that is trying to decide if Spokane is the right place for you, let's dig into the reasons that Washington and Spokane specifically are attracting people to our area. So the first thing is politics. Now, I don't like to talk about politics, especially in my career. I don't care if you're as far right as possible, as far left as possible. I welcome all people and will love to have a conversation with you. It's not my job to talk about politics or my opinions on anything. I just want to help you find the right community that fits your needs. But I've had conversations with people on both the right and the left on reasons why they think Spokane is a better fit for them. I have a lot of people wanting to move here from California, Seattle, Portland, believing that those areas are far too blue anymore, and they want to get to a slightly more purplish area, more red area. They don't want to go all the way, but they want somewhere that maybe isn't as blue as those areas. But then I also talk to people from Florida and Texas that want a more accepting state. They want a state that's going to protect them. And often the conversation I'm having with people is about their maybe concerns around the LGBTQ community and whatever state that they're currently living in, feeling like some of their rights are going to be revoked here in the near future. So they want to call Washington home because they feel like at the state level, they're going to be protected, but then they feel comfortable living here in the Spokane area. Now, a great resource for anybody curious about the politics in our area is the New York Times extremely detailed map of the 2020 election. You can see by the neighborhoods how they voted. And here in Spokane, you can see as you get more to the city center of the city of Spokane in particular, it's a little bit of a darker blue, but compare that to like Seattle and you can see like how dark blue it is over there. So as you go away from the downtown of Spokane, it gets a little bit lighter blue, then shifts to a little lighter light shade of red as you enter into the Spokane Valley, Deer Park, Liberty Lake. You start to switch you're in that purple zone. And then as you go outside of that into more of the rural areas around Spokane County, and then of course into North Idaho, you start to get into those darker shades of red. But no matter where you go in Spokane, we don't have the darkest shade of blue and we don't have the darkest shade of red anywhere. So continuing to show that we are a very just in the middle community, but you will find pockets of areas that might be a better fit for your political ideals. Now, the next thing people are looking for is our weather and our climate. Spokane was recently ranked as the third most climate resilient city in America, meaning if climate change is a concern for you in the area that you live specifically, Spokane could actually be a good move for you. The study looked at 10 different life or property threatening natural events like cold and heat waves, drought, flooding, hail, ice storm, wind, tornado, wildfire, winter storms, and lightning. And the only two that we ranked high risk in is cold and heat waves, because we can have both here, and then ice storms. And then we ranked medium high in wildfire. And so, because even though last year was really intense around here with 2 major wildfires very close to Spokane, but generally we are mostly just affected by the smoke of other regions versus the actual fires happening very close to town. But we rank super low for flooding, hail, tornadoes. Many of my friends from California were affected by flooding recently, which was super unfortunate. But here in Spokane, even though we have no risk of flooding or very little risk of flooding, we actually have plenty of water. And so that's another reason a lot of people will choose to move here, is because they literally have a fear of their state running out of water. Now, you got to remember that Spokane isn't the sunshine place. If you were looking for 300 days of sunshine, I'd recommend actually moving maybe closer to the Tri-Cities in Washington. It's a little bit more deserty, a little bit more dry, but you're going to get 300 days of sunshine down there. Here in Spokane, we're just below the national average at 171 days, and we have about a month more of sunny days than Seattle does. And if the cold weather gets you down in the middle of the winter, you can definitely fly out to Hawaii, Mexico, the Caribbean. Anything like that is accessible, and people make those trips often from here. Now, many of my clients are actually choosing Spokane for retirement. They're finding that their retirement money is going to go way farther here. Maybe they have family here that they're trying to get closer to, which I actually run into quite a bit. It is surprising to me the number of people that I work with that are moving here to get closer to a certain family member that is already chosen to live in Spokane. And so they're excited about maybe forgoing income tax on some of their retirement money, depending on how they saved for retirement. And like right now, I have some clients moving here from San Jose, California that are going to cash out on their $2 million house and buy something a little bit more modest here. And I say modest sparingly, it's going to be a beautiful home, but they're able to cash out on like a $650,000 home here. So we'll get into taxes in here just a little bit, but just imagine the property tax saving that they're going to have just by making that move from going from a $2 million house down to a $600,000 house. So most of my clients that are in that retirement range are generally looking from about $450 to $850, just kind of depending on their situation and how much money they are able to purchase these homes in. But they're looking to generally buy in cash and just be paying their property taxes and insurance on this as their final home that they live in. So I really do try to make these videos coming from experience, just trying to relay the conversations that I'm having and answer the question, like why are people moving here? So if you are finding this video at all valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button down there, and then hit the notification bell as well. I'm putting out videos every single week trying to help you decide if Spokane is the right place for you. I try to be as real as possible. If you want to go check out some of our videos on the crime homelessness issue, you're more than welcome to do that right after this video. And recently I've had some home sellers in Spokane reach out to me because they're relocating out of the area. So if you need a realtor in another city, or maybe you're thinking about Spokane, but you actually are also shopping in Boise or something like that, I've got agent connections all over the country that I'd be happy to introduce you to. Generally, a lot of them are YouTube realtors just like me. And so I'd be more than happy to do the legwork for you and make that connection. And if you're moving to the area and you already have a realtor that maybe is selling your house down there and they're pushing you to work with their referral partner so that they can get the referral fee, let them know that you'd like to work with me, and then just have them refer you to me, and I would be more than happy to pay them that referral fee as well, because I would love to help you and make sure that you're getting the best representation possible here in the Spokane area. All right, next up is the quality of life. And really what goes along with the quality of life is not only the being near nature, near perfect here in Spokane, but also the cost of living compared to many of the other places that people are moving here from. So of course, it's amazing to be in Spokane and have amazing accessibility to the nature surrounding us. I don't ski or snowboard myself, but I have friends that go up literally 3 times a week, every single weekend, are getting up at 5, 6, 7 a.m. on the mountain before noon and coming home for dinner. And they have 5 different mountains that they could do that on. The accessibility to the 76 plus lakes within an hour drive to Spokane is something that is hard to beat. And then not to mention the amount of time in your life that you're going to save not sitting in traffic here in the Spokane area. Our worst traffic generally looks like some of your decent traffic if you're coming from cities like Houston, Dallas, San Diego, LA, anything like that. So like I mentioned, I've been working with a few people moving here from San Jose, and overall, if you look at Spokane Spokane, it looks pretty dreamy to them because food is cheaper, healthcare is cheaper, housing is significantly cheaper, utilities are cheaper, and transportation is cheaper because you're not sitting in your car as much, using gas, burning oil, things like that. But even from a place like Texas, where home prices are actually cheaper, groceries are actually cheaper, you will find that healthcare in Washington is generally more affordable than other states. Your transportation will still be more affordable because you're using your car less, and utilities will be cheaper because we actually use a good amount of renewable sources here in Spokane. We get a lot of our energy from dams in our area, and we don't have a fear of drought around here, so our water bills tend to actually be pretty low as well comparatively to other states. So even looking at the other major city in Washington that tends to move to Spokane quite a bit, overall you're going to save significantly on food and grocery, even a little bit on healthcare, housing for sure, and of course transportation because you're going to be in your car less. Looks like utilities are actually cheaper in Seattle. I'm not actually sure why. I'm not sure the reasoning for that, but that would be your one savings in the Seattle area based on this information. And then the last reason that I think people are generally choosing to live in Spokane versus where they currently are is taxes. I think people are making financial choices based on having no income tax in our state, or maybe they're moving here from a place that already has no income tax like Florida or Texas, and they want to continue having no income tax. But a big difference is our property taxes, where the average in Spokane is about 1% of the 1.1% of the taxable value, comparatively to places like Texas, where a lot of people have 2 to 3% on their property taxes. And so there's going to be a massive saving per year on that. Of course, we do have pretty high sales tax at an average of 8.9%, but I feel like that's a small price to pay comparatively to getting to keep more of your income and pay less what is most likely your largest asset. So please do leave your comments down below on why you're moving to Spokane, what questions you have about moving to Spokane, and if you're local, let us know why you're leaving, because I'm sure people would love to know why Spokane wasn't a fit for you so that they can decide if it would be a fit for them. And if you want to have a one-on-one call with me, make sure to just use that link down below in the description to schedule a meeting on my calendar at a time that's convenient for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.